seconds.
And we're good. Oh, we got to do the clap, guys. Forgot about the clap. On three.
It's the live clap.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
That was almost our best one.
Yeah.
Almost.
Always almost our best one. All right, guys. Let's do this.
We already clapped.
Did you crack, though? Did you crack all your bones?
Wait.
It's all about the boning.
That's
There.
not a
I shook it
crack.
out. Dad, why'd you leave me?
Unique New York.
You know, New York. You need New York. You know, you need unique New York.
Oh, you almost had
Yeah,
it.
I've been there
I'm
once.
ready.
Somebody's unique.
So ready.
New York?
Up to my
You have
usual
red leather,
standard.
yellow leather,
Good enough. Let's go.
Good enough.
Smack me on my... Oh,
rubber baby buggy bumpers.
What was that? Is it? Flight? Not Flight of the Conchords. Who's the? Tenacious D.
oh yeah.
On the
so
what is it?
similar.
The Rise of the Phoenix. I think it's the very last song he does. It's like, good enough for me. Some old lady needs some dental work. Good enough for me. All right, let's get on with this. Welcome to the Lovecraft tapes. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu. Dun dun dun.
Hello, Cthulhu?
Yes.
A horror role-playing game based upon the fictional works, we assume it's fictional, of H.P. Lovecraft. Your investigators of the unknown are Brian as Jack Heavens to Murgatroyd Whiteside.
I gotta start being careful. I only got 6 lives left.
Gabe as Roy. One of these days, Alice. Arroyo.
I'm pretty sure that if I just keep saying that I'm going to die, it won't happen.
That's a good strategy, always. And Matt as Rocky. You've gone wrong. Arroyo.
Declan, remind me to have a discussion with you about the meaning of the word teamwork.
Nice. Did you recognize that? You've gone wrong, Brian?
I don't know who you are anymore.
It's from Mighty Boosh.
You've gone wrong.
All right. Welcome, players. How is everybody doing today? We're recording this morning. How's everybody feeling?
Yes.
I woke up 20 minutes
With my
ago.
hands.
No, I didn't.
Show of hands. Show of hands.
I
Everybody's
feel
doing
with
fine?
my thighs, the inner ones.
Chicken thighs, well rubbed. Yeah, we stayed up late last night watching movies, and like I said, I mentioned
Movies.
previously in the pre-show, it was Alien Anniversary Day yesterday. Not to be confused with Alien Day, which is 4/26, but 5/25 is when Alien was released to theaters. And there is a website out there called Alien Anthology, which has fan-made shorts based on the Alien universe. So you
What if you don't wear shorts?
then
Boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts, yeah. Boxer.
Oh, yeah, I'm good then.
Boxer briefs. They are very brief.
Brief boxers, 24-hour disposable underwear.
They're on, but only for boxers. They're on YouTube. You can look these up and just look up Alien Anthology, and you can watch these things. They're like 5-10 minutes, something like that. And they're all just like cool little scenes of Alien universe stuff. So they do pretty well. I think there's 6 of them, and I liked 5 of the 6. So
Wow.
all right.
You didn't like one?
Yeah, I didn't like the last one. It was not very good.
Now that you made the dog joke, I'm thinking about brief boxers as 24-hour rentable pets. At the end of the day, they disappear and they go back to the kennel,
There's
which
a
is currently
slot.
located God knows where, somewhere in between the realms.
I'm on board.
I'm on my chair.
Nice.
Yeah, we know.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's take a
I'm
moment.
on dad ass.
Nice. That's America's ass. Let's take a
spoilers.
moment. Let's take a moment to read some letters from beyond. On Apple Podcasts, Amanda McCullough says, 5 stars. I'm all caught up. I was recommended your podcast by the Call of Cthulhu Mystery Program, and I'm so happy they did. This show is the perfect combination of intrigue, dread, mystery, and fun. I'll be going to your Patreon to become a student. And so, welcome, Amanda. We noticed you
Thank
did
you.
sign up, so we appreciate that.
Woo! Amanda.
You go, McCullough. All right. And on Facebook, Michael Jarvis writes, just wanted to reach out and tell you how much I love your show. I started listening just over a month ago during my long commutes and literally just finished your most recent podcast episode last night. Now, I'm going to have to start making sanity rolls while waiting for your new episodes. You guys are all amazing, but I do have to give special shout out to Roy. I'm really hoping he keeps surviving all these adventures. He's a hilarious character to follow. You guys even influenced me into picking up the rule books and look forward to playing myself. Keep up the great work.
If I ever die, everyone just rise up and send Jeremy a bunch of hate mail.
It won't be his fault.
I don't know.
I am going to shoot the tooth out of that man.
Ooh, Shoot the Tooth is the name of my Dutch heavy metal band.
True.
Shoot the Tooth. All right. We also need to thank our current patrons without whom this podcast would suffer immeasurably.
True.
An old one in Relia stirs in the darkness of the abyss, tentacled horror writhing in the blackness. Beware and bow down to Zachary Harley. Yes. And we'll be seeing and hearing more of Zachary soon.
Yeah.
And who's responsible for this sudden awakening? No doubt it's our pesky cultists of the starry wisdom, the Demir lobotomist, and ravens in the attic. Naughty cultists. Spankings all around. And now
And
it
the
is
oral
time
pleasure.
for the oral pleasure. All right. Fret not, however. Geordie Rose, our mystic of the occult, has been studying up on certain spells which may dispel this new threat. And helping him out are two staunch investigators of the unknown. Grizzled and cynical Detective Elizabeth Grieve and her fresh-faced new partner, Chris Parker, who decided it was time to hang up the teaching gig and strap on a six-shooter.
A what?
Strap on, what don't you get? Sticking to the curriculum as professors at Miskatonic are Malambra 57, Eric Phillips, Eric Miles, Anthony Imes, Tadashi Katsuran. Sorry if I butchered that. John Imre, Brittany Davis, Brownie Davis, Lobster Johnson, Eric Zane, Amanda McCullough, hey, welcome, Wooder Vermeyen, David Winterman, Daniel Hissey, Mitch L., Frank Delventhal, Alexander Campbell, and Olda Polkert.
Woo! You did it. All right, that's us tonight, guys.
That's because
it's
I
Saturday.
I actually had to write that phonetically so I could
Did
pull
you?
it off. Yes.
Is it Olga?
Olda.
Is it Olga?
Olda.
Oh, okay.
The restaurant Olga's.
Olga's, yes.
No,
Welcome,
it's Olga.
Olga's.
Hashtag sponsor us, Olgas.
We need T-shirts made with that name.
Exactly. Oh, we got Ben looking at us now. Hey, Ben.
Whoa, hey, sorry, I put my shirt back on.
The Lagcraft. Oh, he's saying we're lagging too, so maybe. Noses buried in ancient tomes. Our students at Miskatonic include Rolling Boxcars, Milkamix, Dom Driver, Jeremy Griffith, Bifford, Eric Setterberg, Snow, and Jeffrey Young. Much thanks to everyone for their continued support at patreon.com/lovecrafts. Let's fuck that one up. Much thanks to everyone for their continued support at patreon.com/lovecraft tapes, where we provide early access to episodes, special one-off playthroughs, and other perks and other jerks. It's nothing but silence from our guys, so I must have
Yeah,
pulled
we're
that
getting
one off.
major lag.
Are ya?
Again?
Okay.
Not just me.
I'm not.
Okay, he's not.
So
I'm good.
So we're all good
it's just
except for
Brian.
you.
should I just reboot it then
No,
before we get into it?
No, you
because
stick
that's the
around.
second time.
You stick around.
Okay.
We'll see how she goes.
Stick it in somewhere.
Because we're live, bitch.
Right, but if he's seeing lag as well, it's probably not just on my end, is what I'm thinking.
Well, we'll see. All right. Before
Algor
we
is stealing all the internet out of your tubes.
Out of my tube.
tubes. Well, it is Sunday, so maybe like the church across the street is getting you.
Huh?
Pulls up the blinds and there's a bunch of people outside.
Just all connected to my internet?
Pull it on your cable. Yep. All right, let's move along. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. And we're back.
I want 3.
Only 3?
Roy, how many do you want?
2.
Roy, how many do you want?
2. I'm not as enthusiastic as you are.
I'll share my 3rd one.
Ooh. Well, I might have your 3rd one, actually, because
Whoa!
I once found that product and or service growing like a tumor in my left armpit. It pulsed with a rhythmic undulation as if it were somehow feeding off me. I used a rusty knitting needle to lance it, whereupon out popped the cutest little cuttlefish. It blinked up at me, blinded by the bathroom light, and exclaimed, "I knew I should have made a left turn at Albuquerque."
That'll be a fun commercial.
Now,
for one of us.
Dear investigators, we conclude Chapter 8, TRYST.
Hell House. TRYST. Damn it.
TRYST.
Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. Ascending Queen Mary's Peak, our quartet of fearless mountain hikers encounters a series of challenges which terrify their minds and weaken their resolve. From fighting off a deep one, to ducking a hailstorm of corpses, to dodging a landslide of sharp rocks, to clambering through a lava-softened landscape, they barely make it to the lake. There, they finally find the elusive Dan Williams. But he's not alone. It is just after dawn. The sunlight struggles to penetrate the layer of ash that is being spewed from the newly awakened volcano. You're not sure what day it is anymore, and you're not sure it even matters. Time seems to be waiting for something to happen. Roy, you crest the hill, panting heavily, knees creaking, thinking, how could this have happened? You're not that old. Maybe it was all those kids. Yeah, that's it. They stole your vigor, your youth. Damn kids. Oh well, not like you can stuff them back in the old man sack, right? Just then you realize you've made it to the plateau. There's the lake. Wait, who's that jackass standing in the center? Dan Williams, as you live and breathe. Holy crap, you found him. Heck, it was no big deal. Bound to happen. Never any doubt, really. Yep, that's why you get paid the big bucks. Only, what is that massive shape looming out of the water behind Dan? It must be damn near 30 feet tall and kind of looks like... No, it can't be. Jack.
It's Sam.
It's Sam. I know. I thought about doing that, actually.
Oh, that's why I said it's me. It's Sam.
Jack.
No, it's Brian.
I love you carnally. Oh.
Attack on Titan. Jack.
Mehoff.
You attain the plateau gratified to be out of the lava fields and smelling the sweet green grass that reminds you of home. The waters of the heart-shaped lake are smooth as glass, peaceful, like a mirror. Standing on a black rock in the very center, probably 100 feet from shore, is Dan Williams. His arms stretched upward. He's colored his hair, but that's not what catches your attention. It's how ancient he looks. His face is etched with deep, craggy wrinkles that make him seem at least a decade older than he is. It's as if his life force has been leached from his body in a short time. You are so concerned about your friend that you barely register the darker shadow hovering just behind him, half hidden by undulating mists rising from the water. It is a familiar yet alien sight, and wholly unwelcome after all you've been through.
Cool.
Rocky. Blast! You've got red on you. Not exactly sure whose blood it might be, but these slacks weren't cheap by any stretch. In a futile attempt, you lick your thumb and try to rub it off. No dice. Now you're just spreading it around. That's when you're aware Declan is watching you. A strange mixture of annoyance, exasperation, and maternal concern clouding his features. You shrug and he nods ahead. Ah, looks as though your merry band of world savers has reached the top. There's the lake as expected, and there's Mr. Williams. But what the deuce is that grinning monstrosity towering above him? Ye gods! It's Reverend Brother Lee Summers, grown over threefold and sixfold more menacing. Welcome, children, he croons. Our Father who art not in heaven. So, shall we play a game? Come on up. You're the next contestants on Save Your Friend. What do you say?
I get to pick the game, though.
What do you say? Want to play? His grin grows wider as he looks at your group expectantly.
$1, Reverend Summers.
I want to play Uno. Skip. Oh, we win.
Wild draw 4. Ha-ha, you'll never recover from this.
Reverse.
Reverse. Oh, so we have to do something?
I thought we were just going to stand here and make game show jokes all night.
Oh, and they're 100
you wanted
foot
us
from
to stretch
shore.
it, right?
Yes, that's correct. And we'll get to a map here in a minute, but the lake itself is about 200 feet across, and directly in the center is Dan standing on a black rock. Black rock.
Careful,
Declan,
that
bring
can
out
get
the
up to
miniature jet
750.
skis.
I've seen the best Bill and Ted movie. We're gonna challenge you to Battleship.
I like your thinking.
Okay, so there's no way for me to get out towards the middle, is there?
No, it's
Okay.
just Dan.
Okay,
standing
just
on this
checking.
rock.
I didn't know if it was like a shallow lake.
No.
Shallow pool.
The thing is, you don't really know because
6
you just
inches.
attained the plateau.
Okay.
And you see the lake that you expected and saw on the map. And so you don't know anything about this lake other than it's probably fresh water. You guys have ascertained that.
Right.
And
It's probably wet.
It's probably wet. Yep, definitely.
Could be damp or
Is this
moist.
one of those games where we can't
Some
swim?
moisty mire.
We
No.
drown
I'm
instantly.
gonna run up to the edge of the lake and
Oh,
scream.
now, Mr. Whiteside, hold on. We didn't say start yet.
So I freeze mid run.
Uh-huh.
Dan, don't do it.
Maybe one of the other three can explain to Mr. Whiteside that he needs to agree to play before he jumps in.
I'll shoot
You don't
Dan.
know the rules.
Well, then, quit your dilly-dallying. Why don't you explain your rules to us so we can finish off whatever we've started here?
Well, it's very simple. I ask, you answer. If you can't answer, go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. If you reach the prize, he's all yours.
We're playing
Do I have to
Monopoly,
answer
guys.
in the form of a question?
Always.
Is this
What
just
is
a
a
dumb
load of
red light,
bullshit,
green
Alex?
light game?
It's gonna be like a 6-hour episode because we're playing Monopoly.
I was thinking we could go the War Games route and make them play tic-tac-toe so he realizes that the only way to win is not to play.
Exactly. Yeah, right? It's the... what is the Star Trek one?
Yes,
Nobody knows that? I actually looked it up. 'Cause I was thinking
I don't
about using
remember
it.
the episode. But
Picard's flute.
there's a way to trick them.
I bet-
He's got to say his name
Well,
backwards.
no, Kirk cheated. He
Mental
reprogrammed
click?
the...
Oh, wait.
he
Oh,
reprogrammed
that's
this-
right.
the
Yeah.
simulation.
Simulation.
Okay. So he says, so now that you know, Mr. Rocky, would you like to play?
Well, it doesn't seem like I have much of a choice now, does it?
Well, no, there is always a choice. We are, despite my garb and this clerical robe and this
Bruh.
bruh.
Nice bra.
Hey, bruh.
How about you
we all
just
have
hand
a
over what I
choice.
want and you go away? I like that choice.
Well, how much fun would that be, though?
It'd be incredibly fun.
No fun for anyone.
Don't know
How
till
about
you
you
try
come
it.
down here and we have a tea party? Would that be enough fun for you?
And what do you say, Mr. Roy and Jack? Would you like to play?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, now I will change the map. Here I go.
Terrain starts to rumble.
Sorry for any lag. I need to load up roll 20.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, he's
Alright.
cute. Is that Dan?
Studio mode. Switching over so I can see you guys. All right. Excellent. What fun. Now let me set the board.
Oh boy.
Chase sequences suck.
A series of stones rises slowly from the surface of the lake, forming 4 distinct pathways set about 15 feet apart and converging gradually to where Dan stands. Each uneven black rock is approximately 10 feet wide by 20 feet long, wet and slippery looking, and each successive landing is spaced a few feet away. You gather it will take a nimble hop to get from one rock to the next.
Oh boy.
Take your places, please. The game's about to begin.
I have such a great dexterity. This is going to go really well.
And so on the map here,
We're all reviewing our stats right now.
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be questions.
I'm pretty sure you're right. So on the left side of the map is just a basic general overview of the entire area. So that is the
You
heart-shaped.
have no idea what a uterus looks like.
Why can't we just walk around it, bro? It wouldn't be
So it's
that
a
hard.
girl lake.
It's a girl. Nice. No, it's a heart-shaped lake. You guys are essentially coming. It's not true north, but we'll for the purposes of this, we'll just say it's north. And all around you are formations of black rock. That is the sort of squiggles you see that are black. So just think of just like cliffside formations of the same black rock that you encountered on the way up.
So that's where the restaurant gets all these from.
Yes. And there's stakes on each one of these outcroppings.
Nice. I like mine medium rare.
And so
Well, I mean, you're cooking it yourself, so that's up to you, Brian.
Oh, true.
and the entire area is essentially a crater. Okay, so the lake formed in the center of this crater, and what you see along the these orange squiggly lines is lava, essentially oozing slowly into the crater area.
Obsidian.
All right,
Okay, I'm going to sprint across all 4 and grab Dan.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then on the right-hand side is just a breakdown of what we're going to be playing for this particular... It's not a chase sequence per se, but...
Who's Percy?
And so now it's up to you guys what to do. He said, take your places.
I
I'll
took
take
my
my
places.
place.
All of them.
Okay, so that means what?
Stand on the first rock.
Yeah, I'm going to move to the first rock.
Okay. So each of you moves carefully off the shoreline and onto the first rock. And we have Roy all the way to the left, then Jack, then Rocky, then Declan last. So we'll go in that order. And essentially what you have in front of you are 3 additional stepping stones before you get to the one that Dan is standing on. And keep in mind, Dan is just looking up at the heavens, his arms outstretched. And then directly behind him is basically like a 30-plus feet tall Reverend Summers. Yeah.
Summers, Niels, Howie.
Hey, man,
Yeah, Uncle.
I'm not your stepping stone, man.
It's true.
I'm just a rolling stone.
And, okay, so yeah, you guys step onto the stones, and you immediately notice that it's almost as if the stones themselves are kind of magnetized. Your feet stick to the stones.
My shoes aren't made of any kind of ferromagnetic material, therefore
It's
it
magic,
wouldn't do
jackass.
anything.
It's sort of, it reminds you of some sort of magnetic attraction that is
Knew I
holding
shouldn't
you
have worn my
fast.
solid iron shoes today.
And as Rocky says that, Declan looks over and sort of shrugs. He's clearly having the same issue.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
Good.
I lop my legs off.
Haha, now they can't be stuck in place because I don't have legs.
You all make excellent pawn pieces. Now the rules are quite simple. I will ask you a question. If you answer quickly and truthfully, you may move forward one space. If you are unable to provide a satisfactory answer, or if you try to cheat, we shall remove you from the game board. Though, perhaps we will see you again during the lightning round. Let us begin.
Oh, so we get 2 strikes. Cool.
Lightning strikes, though.
twice. The Reverend waves his massive hands in a sweeping gesture, and the waters of the lake glow with that same azure illumination as the pool in its hidden cavern beneath the church.
Oh my.
Well now, Roy, why don't you tell the audience where you're from?
I'm from Arkham, Mass. Greatest city in the world.
And you hear sort of this ghostly applause coming from somewhere, echoing throughout the crater. Oh, nice. Arkham, I've heard of that place. And what do you do there? What's your line of work, sir?
I'm a agent for a certain secret organization that I'm not supposed to talk about, but I'm pretty great at it.
Nice. And then you hear this same ghostly echo from the unseen audience go, ooh.
How can I get them to turn against me? I want to be like the dude.
Oh, no, you did. All right. Well, Roy, let's start out easy. Let's start with a softball. What do you say?
Okay.
All right, let me read my card here. What is your favorite color?
Green, no blue.
Well, you lose. Nice. It was worth the joke.
Because he doesn't like the color green, right?
Frogs.
I think that's
I
on
do
his,
not.
on his thing. Okay, well, that's excellent. You may move ahead.
Nice. Okay, guys, you get a chance. If you mess up, you can change it.
Green.
That's my final answer.
All right. So what do you do, Roy?
I'll move
Phone a
ahead.
friend.
All right. So you step nimbly over to the next stone.
Oh, your knee hurts.
And as soon as he indicated that you could move, you felt that magnetism release from your
Ooh.
feet, and you were able to just simply hop on over to the next stone. And that's where you're
Should have
standing
rolled
now.
for Dex to jump an extra stone.
Nope, he's good. All right, now moving along, Jack. Or do you prefer Mr. Whiteside?
Special agent.
Ooh, former.
Douche.
The douche.
The mighty douche. Oh.
And are you originally from Arkham as well?
No.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to get right down to business. I understand.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take a look at existential questions. I like those. When were you the most happy?
Oh, you lose.
Playing in the sugarcane fields with my sister.
Ooh, that's nice. And who is your sister, please, for the audience?
Leah.
Okay, I think the judges like that answer, so go ahead and move forward if you like.
I'm going to jump in the water. Can't magnetize me here, bitch. Yeah, I'm going to move forward.
Okay. Watch your volume be. You were a little low on that Jack one.
Because he's sad.
Oh,
All
I
right.
haven't touched anything.
No, I'm just saying you're a little low, so bring your voice up slightly.
Okay.
There you go. That's better. All right. Now we've had 2 successful players here. Rocky, do you think you'll be the third?
No.
Shut up, Roy.
Ooh, we have a little turmoil. You hear the audience go, whoa. And so a smattering of applause.
You don't know me. You don't know what I'm about.
So you guys are going to have
We're
to yell. You're
brothers.
pretty
We
far
literally
apart.
grew up in the same household. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're about.
We'll get to that. Actually, that is pertinent to my current question. Because now we get to the meat of the matter. Why did you really leave home when you were young?
Wasn't just one thing that sent me running. Partially the fact that it seemed like anybody in that household couldn't stand someone who was just slightly different from them. And partially because I felt like the longer I was staying there, the closer I became to being stuck there forever.
Ooh, that got straight to my heart. Well, you may move ahead, Mr. Royal.
Not that far.
Or let me be more explicit. You may describe how you move ahead, Mr. Royal.
Do a flip.
I put one foot in front of the other, and soon I'll be walking across the floor. I'm gonna walk up to the edge of the stone, kind of look down at the water in the lake, make sure I dust my jacket off, and then just very quickly take a step across to the other stone.
All right. Why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden since you stopped and looked inside the lake and nobody else has.
Okay, wow.
Oh, I needed a 60. I rolled a 69, and that's a failure.
That's sort of the reverse for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you
That's
notice
in my
that
eyes.
the water appears to be very opaque. Like you can't see the bottom or anything. It's just like almost like just a solid blue. A little bit different than the water that you saw in the hidden cavern.
The results say it's a fail. I say that's a success.
And it's just belly button to belly button.
All right. Well, congratulations, Mr. Araki, on that. And we'll move along to your questions in a minute. Now, Declan, this one's for the ladies in the audience. Who is the one true love of your life? And you guys don't hear anything?
I don't know how I'd respond to that. Who cares? I'm focused on my part of the game and how I can piss off the audience next.
And Rocky?
I'll throw a rock at him.
Rocky, you look over and you see Declan staring straight ahead. His jaw muscles working as if he's grinding his teeth. And he like does the hard swallow. You see his Adam's apple go. And then the Reverend goes, Mr. Declan, time's a ticking.
I'll shoot him with a flare
Well, are you
gun.
going to answer the man or not?
And you see Declan clench his fist. And then the Reverend goes, time's up. And he waves his hand, and the stone sinks into the water with Declan attached until it's completely gone.
And then he swims to shore fine.
He can't. He's stuck to the rock.
Take your shoes off, bro.
Wow, he made it there.
So you kill my character, you kill characters I make, and then you steal from me. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah, I think you get the picture. All right. Well, that was a sad end to round one, was it not?
Eh.
Well, I think we could at least use Declan's demise as an example. But maybe we'll see him again in the lightning round. There is hope, yes?
Let's get on with this.
And you hear applause echo throughout the crater.
Lag.
That's not really lag, actually. I was just fucking with you. So Brian,
It's his name. Don't wear it out.
Ha.
Brian,
Got him.
You got to wait till it runs its course. It's lagging.
Can you see this? Can you see
And
this?
then it freezes. It's pretty cool.
Can you
that's
see
pretty
it?
awesome. Brian, can you hear me?
In and out. Yep.
Good.
In
Go ahead and
out.
reboot.
Yay! Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead.
Go to commercial break.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to.
We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Exactly. Right.
Use our Dollar Shave Club membership.
I'm recording on Audacity again, so we're good.
Again?
Do you wanna-
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Do we want to reclap or?
Yep, we got to reclap. So let's go
Okay.
ahead and do that on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're synced back up,
Cool.
hopefully. And Bri, that first section...
Yep, I recovered it, and I've already exported it.
Okay, good,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, and I put it 1 of 2, so you'll know.
Awesome, thank you, good. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so when we last left off, Declan had sank to the bottom of the lake. And...
What? No, I'm just kidding.
when did this
happen?
We're at the lake? I haven't heard a
What's
thing
a
all day.
latte?
Exactly.
He's the guy who
All
swims for the
right.
Olympics.
And then I think the Reverend, or actually, yeah, that's right. Rocky took a peek to the bottom of the lake and really didn't find anything. So, and then hopped on over. So you guys are moving along. So, are we ready for round 2, boys?
Let's get this done.
Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. All right. Well, here we go. Round 2. Roy.
Pass.
All right. Or Jack. No.
Pass.
Reverse.
Pass.
Reverse.
All right, Roy.
Wild draw 4.
Unfortunately, it's time to name names.
Okay.
Who is your favorite sibling?
Easily. It's Reggie, bro. Me and him hang out all the time.
Ooh, not Rocky?
No.
And the Reverend sort of looks over at Rocky and gives a bit of a shrug and raises his eyebrows. Sorry about that, pal.
It's fine. We never liked each other anyway.
Ooh, I think my nipples just got hard. All right, well, you may move along, Roy, if you like.
Okay. I'll step forward, and as I do so, I'll start flipping off the studio audience.
All right.
Didn't you go backwards one?
And there's a mixture of boos and some clapping though. So some people like that. You must be the anti-hero of this game show.
I get that a lot.
Hopefully, I can find some good sound effects to insert here.
I'm trying to be that one guy in the game show who's always just technically correct, but doesn't necessarily abide by the rules.
All right. Jack, Mr. Whiteside.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Special Agent.
That's right.
Hopefully not too special.
I'm a special agent.
Oh, this one's fun. Do you like movies, Jack?
I like Jack movies.
Well, have you ever seen one called The Deer Hunter?
I don't believe I have.
Laugh riot if you ask me, but I'm going to ask you. Would you shoot Roy in his good eye if it meant spending one more day with your sister?
No.
So, do you love Roy more than your sister?
No. But I've come to grips with her loss.
Oh, yes, poor Leah. Lost but not forgotten.
Never forgotten.
Not
Can
by
I
any
move
of
forward
us.
now?
Oh, yes, you may. That was very touching.
Stop touching me.
Oh, I'm a
That's
priest.
a no-no square.
I'd move forward, but I don't have control of my
That's
character.
correct. I move you forward.
Before he
You know
steps
why?
forward, I'm gonna.
Because I wait to
Like-
hear about your delicious description about how you're moving forward.
Before he moves forward, I'm gonna glance over at him and just kind of nod down towards the water to try and get him to take a look like I did.
Good,
I'm
give me a
not
spot
thirsty.
hidden, Jack.
I'm not thirsty.
All right. I needed a 77. I rolled a 96. I
you-
shut
Damn
my
it,
eyes
people.
and jump.
You
Just
do not
again.
even notice Rocky trying to motion toward you.
No, I'm a little overwhelmed at this point, and I have 1 hit point. So I'm basically dying with a major wound, but bleeding.
Looks like I'm your last chance. Just
Well,
like
then we're all
usual.
screwed.
Now, Rocky, please be careful. We don't like cheating here in this game.
Roy, shoot the hand out of his hand.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. He gives you a wink. All right. What do we have here for you? Oh, well, I'm sorry to turn the screws so tightly, Mycroft, but we got to get the show on the road. Which is the better monster breakfast cereal? Blueberry or Yummy Mummy? None of the others are even in the running.
Well, I think there's really only one clear answer to this, and that answer is Blueberry.
And from across the pond, I hit him with shoot him.
Shoot him, roll.
Hit him with a shoot 'em.
It's a success. He's dead.
So Roy gives finger guns at Rocky, and it's a perfect shot through the heart.
And he's to blame. Oh.
Exactly.
To blame.
All right. Well, yes, so that is exactly the answer. That's the only answer I have written here on my card. So you may move ahead. Well done.
Of course. And I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to lean down and pretend to tie my shoe so I can maybe get a second chance at looking into the water, because you can't stop me.
You can't stop me.
I think we'll let that go. I will let that go. You can go ahead and roll, but you'll take a penalty dice to it. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah. Matt Zealish.
I'll get-
What'd you need and what'd you get?
I needed a 60 and I rolled a 68, which is one less than the
just think,
69.
8 more rolls and you might
I
succeed.
just have to do this 8 more times, guys.
FYI,
Can you gain
I
a point of
reprogrammed
luck to add to make it 69?
I want to fail worse.
Would it be 69?
All right.
So
Well,
now we're within 40 feet, correct?
yeah, pretty much thereabouts. It's probably a little bit
Checking.
longer than that, but
I'm
yep.
just checking.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You're basically
I'm just checking. I'm dad.
you have one more stone to go before,
Más, por favor.
then one more stone to join.
Yeah. So the one more stone will definitely put us within 20 feet.
Yes.
20 feet apart.
Now, before we continue to round 3, I just want to make sure, are we having fun, everybody? And there's applause, everybody all around, this ghostly applause. And
It's a laugh riot.
This is pleasant. We should
I thought it was a
get
robot
together
riot.
once a month and do this.
Trivial Pursuit?
Yeah, I like that. Risk is always fun.
Yeah, never leads to fights.
I've always enjoyed Cards Against Humanity.
Okay. You're a man of God, but whatever. I'll let that slide.
I don't know if he is there, Roy.
Yes, but
He's
which
a man
god?
of a god. He never said which god.
True.
I'm a man of gods.
Zilla.
All right, well, things are going to get a bit...
Don't get it?
things are going to get a bit stiff from here on out, so bolster your loins.
Zip.
Roy, not sure where our research department came up with some of these things, but what is Greta's maiden name?
Hold on.
What if it's Arroyo and you guys were related?
You married your sister.
I know it's not that because their name starts with a G.
I'll
so
give you
I
a
know
hint. It's not on your character sheet, but it may be on another piece of paper.
It's something. Hold on.
A wiki?
No.
No,
It's
not on a wiki.
something.
It's,
Keeper notes?
oh, come on, Roy. You don't know the name of your own wife.
You don't have a wife. Screw you.
Yes, and look how well that's working out for me. I don't have to worry about a question about her.
Yeah, but you don't have any friends. Your only one died.
Well, he's not dead. He'll be back for the lightning round.
her
You're
last
not
name's
paying
Wife.
attention, Roy.
It's Greta Wife.
Hold on. I'm not stalling. I'm nothing. I'm not stalling.
I don't know.
I don't know, boys. It
know
sounds
where to
like he's
look
stalling
either.
to me. And you hear this ghostly murmuring in the studio audience.
Fuck it.
Dude, use your lifeline. Make a phone call.
Yo, wait.
We're gonna have to start the timer, Roy. You have 10 seconds to answer.
Gave her the first name credit, and you didn't make her last name Garbo.
I don't. There's nowhere I can look.
I just scanned through all the documents, and
I didn't put it anywhere. I never gave her one.
That's correct. I did.
Oh, give me fucking a minute.
3, 2,
Jankowski.
1. And you guys see
How did he get it?
Roy sink into the lake.
Oh, goodbye. We won't be missing you.
Jeez.
Mom liked me better.
Blah, blah, blah,
All
water.
right. Ooh, that was a tough one. Jack, how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna find a way to kill you.
I highly doubt that. But I do have a special two-parter for you.
What was his wife's name?
No, we can't go there.
You got to tell the audience.
No, we can't go there.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It was
comes back-
Jankowski.
It comes back later. Two-parter,
was
Jack. Pay attention.
Bankowski.
What is the name of the band you were in during high school?
Oh.
And for bonus points, will you sign my yearbook?
Wet cardboard.
Well, I don't know how you ever found out about that. But it was Benny and the jet skis.
That's correct.
And no, I won't
Oh.
sign your yearbook.
Oh, that's very disappointing. But, all right, you may move ahead.
Okay. I'm going to pretend to tie my shoe. No, I'm going to, as I'm jumping over, look as well and try to see if I can see what's under the water, take a penalty, whatever.
Go ahead and roll your spot. It's fine.
I needed a 77. I rolled a 30. That's very hard.
Okay.
Robbing almost.
Give me a second here. Let me see what.
One. And you sink into the...
Sink below his
You said
webcam.
give you a second. You're dead. We win.
Sunk.
Just like the
So
Titanic, you sunk, son.
As you move from one stone to the very last stone,
Yep.
and presumably the lightning round.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. You notice that something doesn't seem quite right about the good reverend.
Yeah.
You examine.
Other than the fact that he's 30 feet tall.
Thank you. You examine the impossible scale of his image, listen to his booming voice, which seems oddly not to come directly from his mouth, and watch his movements, his eyes. They are the eyes and words of a liar. It's then you notice, at the far end of the lake, a blinking red light near some black rock formations.
Huh.
All right. And Rocky.
I thought that was a two-parter. What happened to the second part?
He said no.
I won't sign his
Oh.
yearbook.
We'll keep it simple for you, but our writers are really digging deep here, going for the jugular. What is your favorite personal sporting watercraft?
Favorite personal sporting watercraft? Well, there's several. I mean, I do own a miniature submarine, which I did tell Declan to bring with us, but he forgot. I have to talk with him about that. I do have quite the wakeboard collection. I've done some kiteboarding. I have some water skis. Those are quite nice. But if I had to pick one above all, I'd probably say the jet ski.
Correct! Ding, 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 ding! And you hear this ghostly bell go off, ringing around the crater. You may move forward.
Found it.
It's
you
under
did?
the water here. And I'm just going to very casually stride forward and step onto the next rock.
All right.
First letter right.
Well, the two of you have done quite well, but now we are on to the most difficult, the lightning round. And magically,
Delicious.
The stones to your left and right reappear with Declan and Roy on them, rising from the water, and each of their forms are covered in a strange black gooey substance.
So they're keeping detox at the bottom of the lake.
It's a detox lake. And as they come up, they are coughing and sputtering, and you can see Roy expelling some of this black gooey substance out of his lungs.
Expelliarmus.
Vomits it onto the black rock. Declan's a bit more staid about the whole thing, but he is also convulsing. And they are rising up.
Here.
Jack, do you want to do anything while this is all happening?
Shoot them all. And the last bullet for me. God, I'm trying to make sense of what I saw. It's like a projection of some kind. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is happening here.
And Jack,
Old Man Jenkins.
Old Man Jenkins. And
would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for us meddling kids and our dog.
Right. Cool. So, anything else, Jack?
Give me like 1 second to think here. I've been trying to come up with an idea.
And you sink into the lake.
Well, you can go because Roy has the first trick here, so we'll do him, and then we'll do him.
You're a dick.
Oh, I've heard that before. Usually from
no one can know their wife's maiden name. That's so dumb.
Oh, it finally came to you, did it?
Maybe.
Well, all right. We're on to the lightning round, so it's make or break time. It is still early morning back in Arkham. Dark and dreamy. Your family fast asleep. There is a deep one outside your house at this very moment. At my command, it will smash through a window and eat one of your children. Who shall it be?
Raid.
Just without hesitation.
All right. Well, it was very simple, very unexpected, but all right. So we'll go to your royal
Couldn't have been your
family.
adopted daughter.
And
She's not at my house.
Where is she, by the way?
Gone.
Like
Under the lake.
We're leaving her here.
I was gonna say we kind of lost her at some point and haven't seen her since. And
It's all right. She got washed away.
She's washed away. Well, that was very unexpected, Roy. But you may move ahead with Dan.
Some of you may be questioning the fact that I did not kill any of the mute ones. They don't bother me that much.
Jeez.
All right. So, Roy, you're going to move ahead?
Yeah. And I'll look in the water.
All right.
I'll step ahead and I'll be just like, I had to do it to him.
Poor Raid, gone. Ooh, all right. Jack, have you arrived at any conclusions before we get on to your round?
Nope, but I know what I'm going to do.
All right. All right, Jack. That was very disconcerting for everybody. I'm sorry for the audience that I've delayed.
Get on with it.
Oh, yeah. Are you psychic?
I'm psycho.
I thought you might be because your suspicions are correct. There is a deep one lurking inside you. It was the only way to save you, and you did say you'd do anything.
That is true.
It's only a matter of time before the change occurs, and you attack and rip and eat your compatriots. Of course.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Of course, a bullet in the mouth would solve that issue. Which do you choose?
I pull out my gun.
Uh-huh.
I spin and I shoot at the red light that I saw.
And it's basically across the lake, straight forward.
Yeah.
So through.
Good luck.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and give me a roll for that firearm, but keep in mind that if you fumble, you will hit either Roy or Dan.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I hope it's Dan.
Hit Roy.
I needed a 64. I rolled a 64.
love it.
Success.
Excellent.
Finally,
Drama.
someone had to do something eventually.
Are you kidding me?
So
my
Jack
God.
hears.
That's nerve-wracking.
Jack pulls out his gun and fires directly at Roy, who instinctively ducks out of the way.
Catches it with his teeth.
The bullet
Out of a lot of gunshots in my time.
the bullet travels the rest of the way across the lake. I don't know if the range is 100 feet, but we'll say with that roll, it was like perfectly spot on. And it hits the red light perfectly. And you hear this little clink of broken glass. And then the image of Reverend Lee Summers flickers and goes out. With a dry chuckle, the monstrous image of the priest flickers and disappears. Then you notice movement at the opposite shore of the lake. It is the frail, ancient form of Reverend Brotherly Summers emerging from a hiding place behind a black rock outcropping. He holds what
Pay no
appears...
attention to the man behind the curtain.
I know I wanted to use that exact line, but I couldn't fit it in. He holds what appears to be a TV remote in one hand and a microphone in the other. He shuffles to the edge of the lake and turns off what is clearly some kind of projection system and fog machine. Sorry about that, his voice booms.
My bad.
My bad. Sorry about that, his voice booms from a large speaker disguised as a boulder. It's awful boring here at the end of the world, and I do have a penchant for theatrics. Father Dagon, take me away! The waters of Queen Mary's Lake begin to swirl in a counterclockwise motion.
We're in Australia. I knew it. All right. So whose turn is it? Or are we not doing turn-based anymore?
Let's say you have 3 rounds to do things. How's that?
Okay.
I want to pull out my gun and take a shot at the Reverend.
Nice.
Okay. And what are you doing, Jack?
I'm going to extend my hand out to Roy and Dan to jump onto my rock.
And
go back
I will
towards shore.
also add that the magnetism from each of the rocks disappears.
That's what I was assuming.
Yep.
If we have 3 moves to do something.
Yeah.
Ow, ow,
To struggle.
ow, dead.
To struggle.
Okay,
pick
so
Dan
that's what I'm
up.
doing.
So you're holding your hand out for what?
For Roy or Dan to grab and to pull over to my stone.
Okay. Okay, good. And Roy, what are you doing?
I'll pick Dan up and then jump to Jack's stone.
All right. So
Nice.
we'll start with Roy then. So you leap onto the stone platform beside Dan, and
Slip on loose rock and drop Dan
as
into
you
the
go
water.
to grab him to carry him away, he lowers his gaze from the sky and looks at you blankly as if he doesn't recognize you.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll take him.
And
Hey, Dan.
And as soon as you talk, a flicker of recognition crosses his face. Then his eyes grow dark and his mouth curls up at the corners, an alien grin that looks both painful and horrific. I'm sorry. Dan's not here right now. A deep, warbling voice oozes from his lips as if the words are clotted with thick fluid. Please leave a message at the
That's
Roy's head
impressive.
explodes.
All right, we'll come back later.
The voice rises in volume until you're forced to cover your ears. An eruption of glowing ash spews from the volcano, raining all around you. The water laps at your feet, but then you notice something rising from the depths. Rising, rushing upward, massive, webbed talons.
Oh, shit.
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
And just like that, he
people.
disappears, because that's the secret.
And Jack, so you reach out as you notice all this going on.
Yeah.
And what do? Because you're just reaching out your hand, but that doesn't mean anybody's going to grab it.
True. It was more of a let's go type thing, but yeah. Boy, this is tough. I know what I want to do, but I don't, everybody's gonna be so mad. I'm gonna jump over to the rock they're on and shove Dan backwards off the back of the rock into the water.
Okay, got it. And at that
As long
same
as you say
time,
"Long live the king," and then
I don't know what that means, but so Rocky, you take a bead on the Reverend. What is your range of your gun?
7 miles.
Yep. So what do you know? 15 yards.
15 yards is 45 feet, right?
Yeah.
I guess.
Something like that.
So your bullet would not make it all the way. It would be. Well, let's put it this way. We'll give you a penalty dice. How's that?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably better.
Bruh.
Hey,
Oh,
I needed
wow.
a 50 and I rolled a 29, so I'm halfway there.
Which half the middle?
Yep. And I rolled a 3, which makes it a 39, which means it's still a success.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's a handgun can go more than 45 feet.
Yeah, but with accuracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the penalty dice.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So essentially, Rocky takes aim and with excellent marksmanship, blasts the old Reverend directly in the abdomen. And he folds over, dropping the microphone and TV remote, and crumples at the edge of the water.
Good riddance.
What is Declan doing?
Declan is he's very startled at what Jack has done,
Oh my!
and he leaps onto the same platform, so we can take Dan off there, we can put Jack on there, and so he leaps onto the same platform, and so the three of you are standing there, and you see Dan just simply disappear into the water. He sinks out of sight. The glow of the lake intensifies, so it's almost as if something is it's almost like a generator that is amping up, and you almost feel like this electricity crackling from the water. And Declan pulls out his gun and is essentially going to draw a bead on what is rushing up from the lake.
Okay.
You can see these massive talons. They're probably, it's hard to judge from the refraction in the water, but these things look like they're probably going to be at least 20 feet across. And
Holy crap!
Yeah. But they're going to break the water the next round. So we are actually on to the next round. Everybody's done something. And so new round. What do you want to do?
And pull Dan in. Psych.
Psych.
Oh, that was a good TV show.
Rocky, any ideas?
Well, first of all, I guess I'm going to hop across to the central rock just to join everyone else.
Okay.
Whee!
And then I'm just going to take a minute to kind of glance around and survey my surroundings and see if there's like anything that's obviously like helping to channel this or move it along, or if there's any kind of object there that they're using to, I guess, help bring him through.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So you're looking
Like
for some sort
like
of
the box with Tommy Ray.
Gotcha.
If there's some sort of weird mystical object that they're using to help bring him.
Understood. Okay. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
This hasn't worked yet, but I have my fingers crossed.
60.
I needed 60 and I rolled 100. I need to stop trying to find things because clearly it's not my day.
Oh my god!
So yeah, you frantically and in a panic, which is quite unlike you because you're usually calm, cool, and collected. You wheel around just looking for any sign, and there's just nothing. There's no totems of power or any of the things that you might expect to see in some sort of transmutation or summoning aspect. So you're and the rest of you see Rocky just sort of lose it, and he's whirling around with his gun out, kind of like slapping against you. Slap.
I'll shove him in the water.
Get out the way. Jack and Roy, anything?
Because he shoved Dan in
Having
the
lag
water.
again. I don't think it's me.
What? Okay, because he shoved Dan in the water, I'll instinctively punch Jack in the back of the head.
He has 1 hit point left. Be careful.
That's a good point. Maybe I won't do that.
Just lightly slap him. Just a,
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'm back.
a bit of
I
a love
grab
tap.
him out of anger, why? What are you doing?
That wasn't Dan.
Get off my plane!
And I'm going to put my hands on Roy's shoulders and tell him,
You have to do it. I can't do it myself.
Do what?
Well, I think let's back up. I think Roy intended to punch Jack in the back of the head. So I think we need Jack, what do you want to do in response to that? It's essentially an attack.
yeah. So I can't see that it's coming.
You'll take a penalty to that. How's that? But you can either dodge, or you can fight back, or you can maneuver.
What if I don't want to do any of it?
That's
Then
totally
you'll
up to you. You can take the punch.
Yeah, I don't want to
one
do any
point.
of it. I just want to
Are
take
you sure
the
it's
punch.
a donkey punch?
Yeah. Oh, I'm ready for it.
You have 1 hit point left. You're
All
not
right.
ready
Yes,
for
I
anything.
want to
bitch.
die if
So-
nobody has gathered that yet.
So if he's not attempting to dodge, then I'm going to give you a bonus on that, Roy. So just go ahead and roll me a nice little zap.
I failed.
But go ahead and roll your bonus die.
What do I roll for that?
D10.
D10.
D10. Just one, though.
And I still failed.
So you throw a punch at the back of Jack's head, but right at the exact same time, Rocky whirls around with his gun and knocks your punch off balance, and you just glance off his shoulder.
I did it because I missed because I knew in the back of my heart that it would kill him.
Exactly.
The back of your heart.
Back of my heart. Your
I
heart-
only have a back part of
your
my
black,
heart.
the
There's
back
no
of your
front.
black heart.
And I feel that brush. I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
Bruh.
Oh, there was a
Is that
fly
like
on
a
you.
fly or
You
something?
guys need something?
And Declan holsters his weapon and dives into the water after Dan.
Oh, God, Declan. What a dick.
You know, you
Well,
really
if I'm part
shouldn't
deep
do that.
one, I'm going to do
Okay.
the same.
And
Why
so
is Declan trying to take all the credit?
so what happens is the huge webbed talons erupt from the water like Titanic obelisks, bursting to either side of your tiny little island that the three of you are clinging to. And actually, we should get Declan off there.
Bloop.
And then they pause in midair, then clap together. All goes black.
So we hit the end of our half-an-hour block, and they're cutting us off.
Okay, this room is reserved for another group, guys. You gotta get
We
out.
gotta go.
Jeopardy's coming in.
That's right. All right, here we go. Jack, your eyes snap open. A sharp pain lances through your head like heat lightning trapped in a butterfly killing jar. Squinting, you make out the plain khaki canvas of a tent roof, a soft, warm wind gently flapping the material in a susurrating motion that you find calming yet ominous, like waves on water. Grunting, you struggle to a sitting position. Yep, it's a tent all right. Field military by the looks of it. Double occupancy, though you're the only one here. You're sitting on a standard issue cot. To one side is a makeshift sink and shaving area. You stand up slowly, unsteadily, and wobble your way to the sink. From outside come the sounds of activity. High-pitched horns with rumbling... From outside come the sounds of activity. high-pitched horns from rumbling jeeps, the battered clang of equipment being moved from place to place, and a multitude of shouting in some foreign language. No, several different languages. You detect French and Portuguese and some dialect that sounds like Somali? Somewhere else then. Hopefully not sometime else. Sighing, you meet your gaze in the small shaving mirror. Reflexively, you glance at the scar above your left eyebrow, only now it's above your right eye? Vertigo washes over you. The scar isn't in the correct place because that's not your face. Sunlight and scorching heat erupts into your tent as someone throws back the flap and enters. "We've got a problem," a familiar voice exclaims. You nod dumbstruck, and in the mirror...
We do? Where am I?
You nod dumbstruck, and in the mirror, Dan Williams' face nods back.
I'll break the mirror.
And let me find it here. Tune in next time for more spine-tingling mythos adventures when we begin a new chapter of the Lovecraft tapes.
Oh, wow.
What?
What an ending, bro.
I didn't even get to hear the ending. Yeah!
Sucks to be you.
Now
Yep.
you never will.
And you never will. Yep. It won't exist. We're not ever releasing this in podcast form. I'm going to delete the video.
Oh my
any
God.
Comments?
Nope.
I'm
Once again, we fail to do what we're supposed to do.
wow.
We're
Matt,
really bad
can
at
you believe
this.
that ending? That I can't believe Brian isn't allowed in the show anymore.
Oh yeah, totally. We
No.
totally wrote off his character. I mean, can you believe the eyeballs just out of the head and
Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Thanks, Discord. I love you.
Any thoughts or theories about what's going to happen? What did
we're
happen?
doing a Freaky Friday body swap edition?
Yeah, I don't know. All I heard was the scars on the wrong side of my face. And then the tent flap opened, and then I went... freeze, freeze, freeze frame!
I think that we're going to enter the bizarro world that is the underwater.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is the reflection. Maybe everything's reversed. Reverse.
Like a mirror?
Yeah.
That's why I said I break the mirror. The whole lake shatters. You're welcome.
Interesting. Yeah. Mirrors.
Mirrors. Like it.
Who needs them?
I need
All right.
some LSD
How
right
the
now,
fuck
man.
do they work?
Good. So let's wrap this sucker up with
Lollipops.
some hashtag recommendos. Please roll D100.
Wreck your Mendos.
Wreck your
And
mendos.
Darren destroyed them.
Fucking magnet.
I rolled a 55.
I rolled an 80.
I rolled a 57.
I rolled 78.
All right, so we're going to start off with a Brian, then Gabe, then me, and then Matt.
Yeah, I'm last.
Yay, I'm first.
Go.
Okay, so my recommendo is replaying the last 5 minutes of this scenario so I know what happened. My recommendo is Jablinski Games. Has any of you guys ever heard of that?
It's Jack Black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
It's his YouTube channel, Jablinski Games. It's basically him and his family and a couple friends here and there. He records a 5 to 10 minute video, and it's just them going to different arcades or playing games in the backyard, hanging out. He gives little tidbits of what he's working on project wise. The ones that caught me were the updates of the movies that he's shooting right now. But he's also pointed out a couple really cool places in LA and in that surrounding area, in the arcade scene, how it's growing and coming up, and all the cool games and stuff that they're able to play. He went to one in particular that had all antique pinball games that were immaculate. So they were able to play the games that they played growing up. which got me really excited to go visit Japan. So, because they have tons of arcades there. But yeah, check it out. It's Jablinski Games on YouTube. Really fun, family friendly, of course. It's cool to see his whole family and the dynamic they have and all that good stuff. So check it out. Jack Black, it's Jablinski Games on YouTube.
Sweet. Yeah, I noticed. I've seen that channel, and I think I watched a little bit of one of them, but never got beyond that. So,
yeah, the last episode it was Tenacious D rehearsing, so that was kind of cool to be in their little studio that they have in Hollywood, and just kind of be a fly on the wall while they're recording. It's funny.
Cool. Okay, sweet. Gabe,
I'm recommending a comic book. One of my favorites of all time. It's called Bone.
All right.
It's like, I don't know what they are. They're bones, I guess.
Bones.
It's about these three bones. It's like a race of tiny people that live. And they get exiled from their community. And then they have to go... They end up traveling and getting lost and finding like this hidden valley that's in the middle of like a war with great evil, where they meet this girl who ends up being the chosen one, and they interact with dragons, and I don't know, there's like 9 novels of it. It's just this grand scope where everything is written well. And the art style is really cool. It's Jeff Smith. I don't know if anybody knows him. It's really hard to break down just because of how vast everything is. There's a lot of Moby Dick references. And it's just one of the most well-written things I've ever read. So I don't feel like I can truly do it justice, so you just have to sort of look into it. It's called Bone. The comic book series. So there's that. Sorry for the weak breakdown of it.
and then some things happened, and
they're made of bones.
There's so much that goes on. I don't know what to pull from it, you know?
So you're gonna pull the bone that's about Moby Dick. Got it.
Nice.
Understood.
And there are people that
they
go places and they do stuff and things happen.
There's a man with a hat.
There is.
All right. Well, thank you, Gabe. We'll check that out. And I'm going to go next with my recommendo is Deadbeat at Dawn, 1988, written and directed and starring Jim Van Beber.
Bye-bye.
The tagline reads, "He quit the gangs. They killed his girl. He became Deadbeat at Dawn." And that's pretty much the only plot you need to know. I picked this one up cold, watched it on Shudder. Watched no trailer, read no synopsis, and the whole time I watched it, I assumed that this was a movie that was made recently and just simply made to look like a 70s exploitation flick through digital grain magic and all that baloney. But it's actually a legitimate indie film, a product of the late 80s, that is made to look like 70s, and because it's so close to that time period, it actually pulls it off. It's not a good film by any stretch of the imagination, but it has guts to spare and a can-do attitude about everything, portraying gritty urban existentialism, with the confidence of your older brother's friends body slamming each other off the roof of the garage. It's literally actors just throwing themselves into violent situations. There's nunchucks, there's knife play, there's all that stuff that we grew up with. So if you are into the so bad it's good, then you're in for a treat, because this is something you can watch with your buds and drink 2 beers and riff on it. And it's just a ludicrous plot. Insane characters and plucky action, and it's a total throwback blast. So that's Deadbeat at Dawn, and I'm sure it's on disc, but also it's on Shudder, so you can watch that anytime. It's so much fun. All right, and we're on to the final recommendo, Matt.
It's a game.
Actually, no, it's not.
Get
it's a
out.
piece of hardware.
Device. that plays
Yeah.
games.
It's a device that you can use to play games. I'm gonna say you go get yourself an Oculus Rift S.
No.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's too much.
Now that you told me to do it, I'm not doing it.
You're not my dad.
So the Rift S is one of the 2 newest VR headsets from Oculus. This is the S is the one that does still need to be tethered to a PC. The other one they have out, which is called the Quest, is the wireless one, which is also a good choice. I just picked the S because I wanted the better. I wanted more power. I wanted the better visual fidelity, and I didn't want to be stuck within one walled ecosystem. But from the few days that I've been playing it, VR, if you have a PC capable of it, VR is absolutely amazing. There's so many unique experiences and gameplay mechanics out there that wouldn't work otherwise. And it's really it's like the Wild West of gaming right now. So there's a lot of really unique things happening in terms of experimenting with what can you do in virtual reality. And it produces some really cool stuff.
Oh,
And what was that again, Matt?
it was called porn. Oh,
It's a thing. Oculus Rift S.
Wait, porn's a thing?
Yeah,
That's
corn. He said
that's
corn.
what the internet is
okay.
for.
It's on his toe.
That's right. How much did that run you?
$400.
Oh God.
Bruh.
Oh no.
Per eye.
But it's less than Valve's upcoming headset, the Index, which they're selling at $1,000.
Oh Jesus.
So it's a deal compared to that.
It is a deal.
Compared to that.
Then I'll get 3. Sounds all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this episode of Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Music, Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, or anywhere you download your regular podcasts. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review.
Even
Meanwhile,
if you don't.
Meanwhile, you can find us at thelovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server, where you can chat with us in real time. You can find me on Twitter at lovecrafttapes.
And if you want to see what I'm up to over the ensuing break between chapters, I'm on Twitter at TheRealWeirdKid. And now that I have my PC set back up to 100%, you might be able to find me every now and then on Twitch at ThatOneWeirdKid live streaming games.
And if you want to talk about some things and discuss some stuff, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
If anybody can tell me what the hell happened at the end of this scenario, please tell me on
Never
Twitter
tell
at Brian Podcast. I'm also on Instagram at Brian Lovecraft.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, roll for hamsters.
Oh, I want to roll for ending.
It's the hamsters that control the internet. Everybody knows
We
that.
can
I
never
knew it.
tell Brian what happened. Yes.
Nope. He's going to suffer for the rest